Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Heist League 3.12. So we have another video to go out before the league starts. Technically, we still have to put out a filter and stuff, but it's not updated, so we can't make the filter yet. But I have all the ideas for how I'll do my filter, because I've done a filter quite a lot now. But this is to start. This is the budget Carrion Golem build that I've already shown, so there's going to be a video linked in the description below if you haven't seen it. And then in the description of that video is a link to the League Starter Carrion Golem. I made a League Starter Carrion Golem, so you can start as Carrion Golem, League Starter. You can then turn it into the budget build, this with the jewels and the cold iron points simplification. And now I will show you the upgraded budget version. Okay, here you go. So imagine that you had your budget build, so you have the jewels and you have your cold iron points and you got your reses capped and stuff. You're doing pretty good. And now I'm going to show you where you start taking the build. Where do we go into the future? How have we adapted it since the past? Here we go. Let's show it off. So 830k DPS was the old number, and now the new one. Oh, at 4500 life. Boom! 1.3 million damage. 5,000 life. I'd also like to point out that the minions would have 30% more chaos res, 30% more physical damage reduction, 30% more move speed, 30% more monster life, because I have 3 dread marches and I have 4 renewals, so that's 4% life regen. This might be a little expensive, but this is assuming past the 2x budget build, you're now into the upgraded budget build. So just go with me here, bear with me, okay? So you have your skill tree. I slightly changed it, okay? Because we're doing stuff to the skill tree and using cluster jewels now, we care about skill points, and we can actually spend skill points on more than we can on the skill tree. So these points become obsolete, and we move them to here, so you have to Orb of Regret. So this is after the budget build. You can do this into upgraded build, so we can get a medium. And so the first thing I got in this upgraded budget build is the large cluster jewel. And so the main concept is, when I came into the build, the budget build, I looked at the calculations for the Carrion Golems with the minion stats on the combo attack, and it shows their impale. So the impale chance of your Carrion Golems is only 68%. So what I wanted to do was get a Rotting Claws in the build to gain 20% chance for Impale. And then I also prioritized going for, in the Dread Banner, quality on the Generosity and the Dread Banner. And so that'll also help you for getting Impale. I also went for the 1 Rotting Claws, so we get the up to 90, so it adds 20. And then I went for Renewal, and so the main reasons behind going for Renewal and Rotting Claws also is, if you look here on POEDB, so this website, you can look up mods and items and stats and item levels and everything, and the weightings, mod titles, everything. So here's a large cluster jewel with the base type of minion deals increased damage, so the jewel I'm looking for, large cluster. We went for Rotting Claws and Renewal, and so if you see, Renewal is level 50 and Rotting Claws is level 50, so we only have to get a cluster jewel level 50 or higher. We don't have to get, so I specifically didn't choose Primordial Bond, so we didn't have to go 68 plus or 75 plus for the Vicious Bite. And then the weightings are really rare on these, where the Rotting Claws and Renewal are 500 compared to 63 and 188, so more likely to hit the Rotting Claws and the Renewal. Hopefully it's not too bad. You don't even technically need the Renewal. The Rotting Claws is the main priority, and this is just pointing it out. Alright, back to my... Okay, so yeah, I prioritized the Rotting Claws and got Renewal on a large cluster that's 8 passives. You can go more, but of course it'll be more points, less efficient. And then mediums, you want to get 4 or 5 passive mediums because it only uses 4 points. You don't need to take this 5th point. If you take 6, you will have to take a 5th point to path to the thing, to the jewel socket. So keep that in mind. And so the main reason I went for the large is so I could get Rotting Claws. It's the only place to get the Rotting Claws, or a Megalomaniac, but not going to do it because it gives up a dual socket. Using the mediums, we keep the dual sockets, and then in this version of the build, it turns out that you can run 2 eminences, and it's because we added all of this flat damage through the rotting claws and the renewals, so therefore the attack speed scales better. And so we actually kept cold iron points in the build, and then I specifically transitioned to showing that we can use profane proxy unset ring in our left ring to automate the curse, so that our chilling skitterbot turns into the automated punishment curse. So that'll feel way better than constantly manually casting a curse. So the main priority is the large cluster first with the rotting claws. I think the mediums can be pretty good because the extra tankiness, the extra move speed, life, physical damage reduction for your golems and your minions and your specters and zombies and whatever, and then the extra regen as well. Like, this is pretty good. What we gave up was the Righteous Army, Redemption, Fearsome Force, and and we got some extra levels, but it's looking pretty good overall. We still have Sacrifice to cap our minions, our zombies and specters. And then I even decided to throw in some extra stuff where you can get, so for the helmet, the reason I do this is to let you basically see where you would get certain mods from, and so you can know that that item is going to probably be changed first. So these are like the higher priority items to look for. So for example, you can go for an Elder helmet that has +2 socketed minion gems, and socketed gems are supported by level 16 minion life. I had this last league, and the rarity of rolling this with chaos on a level 68 plus, a 68 Elder helmet was like 900 chaos, and it would take like 90 bound fossils with some weird combination. It's really expensive to roll, so the point is looking for this off of other people dropping it, because it's early league and a billion people are playing and they're all poor and they need currency, and if you have currency, they will list items for bad prices, and it's not that it's actually bad, it's good to them because they are poor, and it's just relativity that if you get ahead, then you can buy things. So if you're doing well, hey, you could look for this. And then this, I have a thing to go with this. Just give me a second here. Is this the helmet? Yup. So helmet search on POEDB for the +2 minion gems to show it here. +2 to level of socketed minion gems is level 65. And the Elder helmet base for the minion life, so level 16 minion life is 68. So you need an Elder 68 helmet. It can be 68 plus, but yeah. If you want the higher minion lives, 75, 80 for 20, and then the +3 is like 86. Yeah, it's stupid. So see how the +2 is not bad, and a +2 is really strong for your specters and zombies to keep them alive if you're having trouble or trying to push content that's pretty hard. And then this was the medium to show that I chose specifically Dread March, which is the easiest weighting to get on a medium, and the renewal, which is 716, which is level 50, so it's not that bad. We showed how to craft them with Harvest last league, but we don't have that. We can probably craft them with possibly Aberrant, I don't know, but either way, if we can find them early, because you'll only need to look for item level 50 medium clusters, and if people don't know to look for this early because they don't watch my videos, then hey, you guys have an advantage. Back to this. So yeah, I recommended the 68 plus helmet for that. You can craft minion damage on your glove. You might have to find the minion damage craft, but just showing that that's a possibility for your glove. And then so the chest plate would usually be a 6-link corrupted chest plate that you got for cheap on day 1, just to have a 6-link. And you might be able to upgrade to like a better normal 6-link that isn't corrupted, and so you could get like real stuff like life and reses and shit, and maybe even craft on it. But that's what I'm getting at, is mostly your chest plate's just going to be life and reses. Your glove is just going to be life and reses and maybe a craft. Your boots are going to be life, reses, and move speed, maybe a craft. Your amulet can be an endurance charge craft. Also, don't forget, you can anoint, so by this time you're probably decently rich, and therefore to anoint Ravenous Horde is not that expensive, and so you probably should. It's only the 2 Opalescent and a Verdant or something. What does it show me on here? Hey, I was right. And so yeah, I would recommend that, and you could get life reses. You can craft on the endurance charge if you get that from June unveils. So doing the Immortal Syndicate, yeah. Then this ring, get life reses. You can also get, like I said, an endurance charge just like the amulet. We did it last league, minimum endurance charge, and your belt, life reses. Maybe some Dex, Kappa. You can't get Dex on it, probably. I don't think you can, actually. And then the Taunt Blind Jewel, I didn't upgrade it, because it's still, like, probably pretty hard to upgrade to life without Harvest, or get the extra physical 2 hits. And we're going to keep the Cold Iron points, because we don't know all the experimental bases and all the weird items you can use. And dude, what if there's like a replica unique of a Cold Iron point, and instead of physical spell it does some other shit, and we just end up wanting to go some other build after, but we just had a really good start and it's amazing. So we might end up having a different end build, is my point. We don't know what the end build is. You can look at my old end build, obviously, but that staff looks like it's super hard to craft without Harvest League. I don't know how you would ever do it. It doesn't look possible. And so yeah, either way, thank you guys for watching my upgraded Golem budget build. I hope this helped anyone who wanted to take the budget build even further, and we haven't even started the season yet. This is the kind of stuff people wanted the season before, but obviously as a player it's really detrimental to my gameplay to leak all this shit, because then everyone is sniping all of my items and I'm telling everybody exactly what I'm gonna do, and I'm making the game harder for myself to where I don't even need to play SSF or hardcore, because I'm doing it to myself anyways. Easy mode, I mean, well, this is like challenge mode. We'll see what happens to the prices this league. It's gonna be pretty fun. This is pretty much all my stuff. I didn't want to put a second large cluster because of budget, and the Impale's already at 90%. We did pretty good on the Impale, to where an extra Rotting Claws is only half effective, which doesn't even feel that good. Well, it does, but it's not worth spending the money on it and the extra skill points and changing it and whatever. So just fitting in these mediums to where you still get a jewel socket and you don't have to spend a lot. Hopefully it's not too bad. That hopefully isn't too bad. I don't know. We'll see how bad the large clusters are. Maybe they're really cheap early because nobody knows. I'm pretty sure people have realized about jewel clusters by now. It's been many leagues of jewel clusters, but either way, I also noticed this. They moved minion instability. I just noticed it today when I was doing this one, and I was like, wait, so our minion instability build got better by 1 level, by 1 point, because you used to have to go up to here, then you get it, so it was 1 point sooner. So that minion instability build I put out is actually stronger earlier, which is pretty cool. But then you end up pathing past it anyways to get the death attunement, because you're going to probably go skeletons. So, it's inevitable. It doesn't really fucking matter. It's 1 level difference of, instead of, I think, getting it at 12, you get it at 11. That's the difference. I don't know. Either way, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope this helps anyone following the Carrion Golem build. And now they're more clear with the direction of the build, and maybe some people have input on what I did. Thank you guys for hanging out, and I'm going to take this opportunity to thank my Patreon and my YouTube members who financially support the channel. I can't do this without you guys, and thank you to anyone new who joins the Patreon or the YouTube members today, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!